Why do good girls like bad guys? Why do Twitch streamers like to take a shit and ruin their entire career in an instant? I don't have the answers to these questions. I'm not Socrates. All I know is a Twitch streamer yesterday by the name of Carl burned down his entire career in a matter of seconds. And I know hearing streaming and career in the same sentence is vomit-inducing to some, makes you want to just spit. Gross. I understand because as far as careers go, streaming's one of the easier ones, also one of the safest from coronavirus. Wouldn't be surprised if the WHO starts recommending everyone stops going outside and just streaming League of Legends. But anyway, I get why some people are a bit repulsed by the idea of streaming being a career, but it's time to get with reality it is. And to a lot of people it's their entire lives, as it was for Carl. And yesterday, in just one brief split second, it all vanished, like the world's saddest magic trick. Let me show you the clip.
Bitch, say I ain't got money. Say I ain't got money. God damn. What the fuck?
This is what's commonly known as a negligent discharge of a firearm, or as we call it on the internet, a big fucking oopsie. Carl just executed a tub of G Fuel live on stream. I get not liking some of the flavors, but to just put it down like the fucking Punisher here is pretty hardcore. You're also probably wondering why he has his grandmother's slipper on his desk. It's because he was doing shoeies, so he was a bit drunk at the time. For anyone that doesn't know what a shoey is, you're too young to be around these parts, but I'll tell you anyway. It's when you pour the alcohol in a shoe and you drink it. It's pretty easy to comprehend, and it's pretty disgusting. It tastes like you're drinking beer out of a septic tank. It'd be better just to drink the beer out of your car's exhaust, at least then it wouldn't taste as fucking gross. But anyway, he was a bit inebriated, and he had his gun on standby just in case some rogue gamer assassins came to steal his V-Bucks, and unfortunately, the man prematurely ejaculated here and did a bit of a desk pop. It just absolutely blasted around through both his tub of G Fuel and a monitor, and luckily no one was hurt. It didn't go through the next room and take out anyone or anything like that, which is lucky, and he didn't kill himself with it, which is also lucky. So it definitely could have been a lot worse, but I do think this is a really good advertisement for whatever fucking microphone he's using, because that shit didn't even clip. It wasn't ear rapey, it was totally normalized. This man just blasted a gun in a very closed environment, and I could barely even hear it. It was barely even louder than his voice. That's shocking. Sometimes when I'm streaming at twitch.tv/moistcritical, I'll casually burp and it sounds like 3 frag grenades going off into the ears of anyone with headphones on. So I don't know what he's using, but this has actually convinced me that I probably need to pick that shit up. Another thing I'd like to point out is I think this actually serves as a really interesting case study into the mind of a Twitch streamer/YouTuber, because after this mistake he immediately gets into YouTube thumbnail position with the classic shock-faced Ali A style, some of these, and then the bubble text over it, "This happened? How?" And then the circle with the arrow pointing at it, at the gun while it's shooting, fucking blasting his coffee can and G Fuel shit. So I think that's really impressive, that speed, to go from just ruin my career to, well, let's profit off that. Right into the thumbnail. So hats off to him for that quick turnaround time, but goddamn, it actually did cost him everything. I'm not exaggerating. He got banned on Twitch, as you'd expect, for, shooting a goddamn gun on it, and you can't even think about titties or ass on Twitch without getting banned, and this guy just fired a fucking gun live on stream, putting down a tub of G Fuel, which is a sin in and of itself. You knew he was getting banned there. He speed ran that. But he also got dropped from his professional gaming organization, Soar. Soar dropped him in a matter of hours. It was as if he shot that gun and it traveled through the wall and hit the CEO. Their response time to that was crazy. They dropped him like a fucking potato immediately. Potato sacked the poor guy. Now, in response to all this, he accepted all responsibility, made an apology video on Twitter, which I have nothing against. It seemed like he understood the repercussions and he believed he deserved them, and he's going to try to work on his firearm usage, I suppose. I don't know. Pretty much everything you could do wrong with a firearm, he did wrong. He did everything shy of pointing the gun at his own face to check if there was a bullet in it, so he really probably should get some tutoring there. Check out a YouTuber Reddit professional, perhaps, to give him some advice. But really, his apology video is pretty sound. I don't want to put the tinfoil condom on or anything, but how many of us think this could have been premeditated for publicity, huh? I mean, I kind of see it in his eyes. Like, why would he have his gun on his desk, right? Like, I just saw John Wick. I'm going to let some lead fly tonight and get some people pretty energized. But then, damn, blasted my own G Fuel can. It's possible. Unlikely, but I've seen a little speculation. I've also seen a lot of people talking about the punishment being too harsh considering no one was injured, but I think it's a great lesson to everyone out there not to play with firearms while doing shoeies. Yeah, you know, maybe your parents did it and they're okay, but that doesn't mean you'll be as lucky. All in all, I have to say I really am wishing Carl the best moving forward. This was a mistake that cost him greatly. And I hope it's something he can bounce back from because I do appreciate the way he handled the consequences. He really manned up, took the cock on the chin and said, you know what, I fucked up and I'm going to be better. And I believe he probably will be. So good luck to Carl moving forward, and let this be a very powerful lesson to everyone out there that guns are not a toy to fuck around with, especially not when you've been taking shoeies to the mouth for an hour. That's about it. So yeah. Today's been a big day for Kick Degeneracy. They broadcast 2 crimes live in the span of 12 hours. That's a new record, baby. Give it up for Kick. Huge round of applause. They're really busting new ground here. Usually it's only 1 crime per day. That's the quota, but they said, you know, hold my Johnson. We can do better. July 4th's right around the corner. Let's celebrate the only way we know how. With crime. It's nothing new for the platform. That's kind of become Kick's entire brand identity. It's basically like this quarantine zone for unhinged weirdos that the Joker would have recruited for his gang out of Arkham Asylum. And they basically set it up like zoo exhibits where edgy middle schoolers can go in and flick boogers at the glass as they laugh at the fucking clowns on the other side getting themselves hurt for a couple of extra viewers. Anyway, I'm only going to focus on one of the crimes from today for this video. I might make a follow-up for the other one. But for now, let's focus on this baffling display of lunacy. So, a Kick streamer harassed this couple in public. The couple then started arguing with this loser, who got so butthurt that this couple dared argue with him and touch his phone as he put it in their face, jamming it down their throat like he's giving them a fucking endoscopy, that he, in response to their argument and touching his phone, pulls out a gun and starts threatening to murder them. He says multiple times that he's willing to blow them away. He's ready to kill these two in cold blood because his feelings got hurt that they insulted him after he started shit with them.
You pussy.
I love the POV from Nampa Stream Prime. It shows the real you. You gotta appreciate your height, your balding, and your few palma art.
Who's gonna sock who's gonna sock him in the face? What are you doing? You better let go of his shit.
But do you want to suck your face?
Turbo Douchebag has his chat on screen, and I had to censor it because they just keep saying some awful shit and putting links to things that I have no idea what they are, but I'm not taking any chances with it. They just keep calling this woman a whore. So he went up to her, he started insulting them, and then the chat was like, "Whore! What a whore! Look at her! There's a whore around! Hey, anyone else just sneeze? It's because we're allergic to whores!" That's like his whole chat. Great community he's fostered here, and that sounds about par for the course for this kind of content. If you can even call it content, all it is this guy trying to turn himself into a human punching bag, but he's so fucking sensitive he can't even play that role well. He can't even be the heel. So the second someone challenges him, like here with the woman, like insulting him and then like slapping his phone, he snaps and brings out a gun.
Oh yeah, I got burnt, bitch.
Shoot her. Shoot her.
Yeah, she's not grab my phone. Oh, you want problems? You want problems too? You want problem? You want problem? You just grab my phone. You just grab my phone. Don't touch my shit. Don't touch my shit. Don't touch my shit. Don't grab my shit. I'll promise you I'll shoot the shit. Let it go. Don't touch my shit.
Bro's got the Glock set to Wumbo here. The size of this fucking piece is actually pretty crazy. Maybe it's just like the angle of the camera here, but that shit looks like a Roblox gun. What an incredibly stupid thing to bring a gun out for, especially considering he started this. I don't know how he would never expect someone to slap his phone when he's actually putting it directly in their face. He is basically the one that's instigating a physical confrontation, not only by being an insufferable douchebag that's harassing random people, but he is getting as close to their face as he possibly can, like trying to put their skin under a microscope. Like, I have no doubt if you looked at his footage, it'd probably look like Ant-Man when he was shrinking to get to the quantum realm. Like, he is so close to them. And the natural human instinct in a situation like that is to swat that garbage away. Like, I don't know how he wouldn't expect that.
I promise you. Why would you grab the shit on my phone?
You don't understand what trouble you're getting yourself into.
What trouble? Let go of my shit. I promise you I'll blow you away. I promise you I'll blow you away.
We're gonna leave.
I promise you.
You about to get blasted.
I
Literally,
What?
but here.
Leave Doll Boss Beaner.
She touched us first. She touched us first.
He even goes as far as to say that she touched us first, as if he had nothing to do with how this whole thing started. It's her fault. She's crazy. Someone help. Crazy lady. She hit my phone. So I'm going to kill her. And it's justified. I feel threatened. She hit my phone, so I'm gonna start shooting. Alright. It is 100% his fault, and he is 100% a bitch for this. To pull out a gun on two people that you've just harassed and are now willing to kill because they dared argue with you and touch your phone that you were shoving in their face, you are such a piece of shit.
Alright, I could. It's public. It's public.
Put your fucking
Alright, yeah. Fuck out of here.
He fucking sprayed, dude. He fucking sprayed. He sprayed all
Get
of
out
us.
of here.
Alright. Fuck out of here. I'm a fucking. You stupid.
Now you can hear the other guys say, you sprayed everyone, so I'm thinking what happened here based on the rest of the clip and also the events preceding it. One of the people on this goober squad, the fucking goof troop here, actually maced the couple. The Charmin Ultrasoft squad not only brought out a gun, but then also maced the couple because they dared argue back after being harassed by this loser, and then slap his phone. That is craziness. To me, this seems like these streamers are using this content as a convenient excuse to try and get a rise out of people and then assault them. So they bring mace, they bring a gun. I bet they also have fucking taser too, maybe brass knuckles. Like, what else did they bring here? A fucking golf club to go Last of Us 2 on someone? It really feels like they just want to hurt people, and they're using these pranks as a vessel to maybe have some way of doing it and trying to argue that it was self-defense. Like, oh, they just reacted really bad to our prank, so we had to shoot them, or we had to mace them. It's unhinged. It's absolute insanity.
No, you guys
He
are,
sprayed
my
us.
face is burning.
Dude, my fucking eyes are
I don't know
burning.
what you guys are doing. Come on, let's go.
Fuck out of here.
Like, what is that extra?
Put the away. Away.
Hey, listen. Hey, yo. Just right now. Your bitch started shit. I don't record, you dumbass.
Just go. If you don't.
The delusion with the statement this guy just said was like hearing the brown note. I almost shit my pants. It is so unbelievably, unfathomably delusional. My body just had like an actual reaction to hearing it. He said that they started it, the couple, and that he's recording it, dumbass. Brother, this is incriminating for you guys. You have recorded your own crimes here. You're doing the police's job for them. This is not going to make that couple look bad or look in the wrong. It's you guys.
You don't want that. Just go, brother.
You don't talk to me. You got problems too. You want problems?
For what? I need
What's up? You want problems?
Yell blaster.
I'll blow you away.
Really?
Really.
Okay. All right. I got it. I don't want to fight you. Just go, dude.
Why don't you want to fight me?
Because you guys are fucking degenerates.
I'm not a... Bro, I will literally just fuck you up.
Like, literally got the cayenne pepper. You
I'm
guys
so ready,
can.
bro. I'm
You
so
guys,
ready.
you guys use pepper spray.
Your boyfriend's a bitch.
Your boyfriend's a bitch, says the guy that just pepper sprayed them. He panicked because they dared insult him and argue back, so he went into his fucking toy box to pull out every little gadget and gizmo and doohickey he could find. A gun, pepper spray, it's crazy.
They got crazy as fuck for no reason, LMAO.
Bro, why she grabbed this shit? She got me pissed.
Yeah, me too.
That was how I took her hostage and fuck her in front of him.
You need water? Act like nothing's wrong.
Bro, I'm fucking dead. Bro's Glock is fat as fuck. Shit ass tweaking.
Huh?
We all did initiate the confrontation.
Why? Where we put it on her then? No, what? No, stop. No, I don't want problem. I'm relaxing, sir. Sir, I'm just recording. He didn't do nothing. Sir.
You know you just recorded everything, right? So you saying to the officers that he didn't do anything is immediately disprovable by just checking the VOD that you filmed, you absolute bumbling moron. Holy shit. So one of the guys he threatened to shoot went and got some nearby officers here, who then took matters into their own hands to arrest them for literally waving guns around and pepper spraying people.
Control 60, but give us a red Cromwell.
Sir, I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed.
Hey,
you don't have to,
you go.
You don't have to,
You go. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. You don't have to stop that.
Fuck the cops.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, please. Don't hurt me.
On your stomach now. On your stomach.
I am.
On your stomach now.
This is such a fitting conclusion here. He starts whining and screaming, "Don't hurt me," after he just pepper sprayed and threatened to shoot an innocent couple over an altercation he started for his dog shit stream. You couldn't write a more fitting, poetic ending to this stream. And it happened so quick after the event. I mean, that's absolute cinema.
Don't reach.
I'm not
on your
reaching.
stomach, bro.
Come on, sir.
Relax. Put your hands back. Put your hands back.
I didn't do anything.
Sir,
Fuck
sir.
all these cops. You're not fucking listening.
Sir, I am, sir. I'm sorry.
Actually amazing how they keep saying that they didn't do anything, they're innocent, when all you have to do is rewind the stream 30 seconds to see him have a gun in his hand, threatening to blow them away. Actually just threatening to murder people, and they also ended up pepper spraying innocent people as well. All from shit they themselves started. And the chat was going on about how corrupt the cops were and all of that, when that's a bunch of hooey. They had just been told that there is a fucking lunatic that's waving a gun around threatening to murder people and also just pepper sprayed a bunch of people. Like, the cops are responding to that. That is a dangerous person. That's a threat. And they handled it pretty well, all things considered. I can't see exactly what happened, which led to the takedown, but from the angle, it seems like he tried to, like, run up the escalator, so then he, like, grabbed him and took him down, but I can't quite tell. But regardless, this guy has a gun that he's clearly not afraid to just bring out and threaten to kill people with. So, I think they responded pretty well, all things considered. And this is absolutely deserved from the streamers here, and I hope they spend a long time in prison. I have no idea if they will, but they absolutely should because they are not safe to be in society. So yeah, I just had to talk about this. Just more huge kick degeneracy here with this broadcast crime, and I mean, who knows, it could have turned into him actually shooting people on stream. And that is scary. That is horrifying. But yeah, anyway, that's about it. So yeah. It's baffling how common it is for people to live stream their most embarrassing moments on purpose. They're filming their own lowlights, their own worst ofs for the montage of shame. Things most people would want buried forever, they are proudly with a smile on their face broadcasting to their audience for content. Today, an extremely trashy stream clip has gone viral with a streamer named Elisa Jordana firing up a live stream after learning that her boyfriend has been cheating on her. I'm going to go through most of what happens in the stream, but the clip everyone's seen, which we'll get to towards the end, is at the very end of the stream. It's about 2 hours and 20 minutes. She gets her boyfriend in the car, and then she starts attacking him while she's driving. So she starts physically hitting him. And then she hits him very hard in the nose, like a full-blown strike to the nose, like a fucking monk's palm strike to his nose. It was quite a wallop. Like, if she was playing that boxing bag game that you see at bars where it measures your punch and it like grades your force up to 999, she probably would have scored like a 700 with that strike. So it definitely could have caused some damage. She threatens to kill him, and then she continues to escalate it. She grabs on his ear and starts pulling on it, and then he starts fighting back. So he starts fighting her. He starts yanking on her hair, telling her to stop the car. And she does stop the car. He continues yanking and pulling on her. She gets out of the car. He gets out of the car, chases her down, and then he gets back in the car and turns the stream off. Without a doubt, one of the worst live streams I can think of in recent memory. It's hard to watch. It's awful. It's crimes. Like, you're watching crimes unfold.
He lied so much to me. He lied so much to me. And he lied and he told her I'm just like a streamer and it was just an investment. And like the whole time he was talking to me, he was talking to her. The whole time.
Gadzooks, what in the fuck would possibly possess you to want to start a live stream after learning something so heavy? That makes no sense. How poisoned must your brain be to possibly come up with an idea like this? Learning that your boyfriend has been cheating on you, and then immediately turning it into a stream for content? That's incomprehensible. I don't understand why people want to broadcast every single waking moment of their lives to a bunch of strangers online, a ton of goobers who are just going to sit back tossing popcorn down their gullet because it's just entertainment to them, even though it's your life that's being ruined in real time. Why do that? Fucking Jack Bauer couldn't torture me enough to force me to go live after learning something like this. He could put all the jumper cables he wants on my nipples and scrotum. I still wouldn't do it because it's a horrible thing to want to put out there. I couldn't even imagine just firing up the stream. Hey guys, this one's going to be a little bit different than usual. Turns out she's getting piped by another man right now. They're steaming ham as we speak. Oh, thanks for the $6. Charlie's girl is slobbering on my neat. Ha ha ha.
And sending her money on Venmo.
Yeah, but why are you surprised?
I'm not surprised, Brandon. I'm not surprised. Actually, I'll go to Tanger's Outlets right here.
I just don't get why you would cry over him, dude. Like, you already got money. You already supposedly got money from him.
I did, but he still was very bad, Brandon.
Yeah, so what do you think would happen if you're going to marry him, this and that?
I'm not marrying him, Brandon. I'm obviously not marrying him.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you...
She then goes for this joyride, or lack thereof joy, and it's the most distracted driving I've ever seen. No exaggeration. She doesn't even pretend to be paying attention to the road. She is glued to her phone or reading the chat, I believe, because she does get donations. She has text-to-speech enabled, so she is getting donations throughout this stream. And she is always looking at something other than the road. That is extremely dangerous, not only to herself, but all of the people on the road around her. And you can see that she busts out that crazy U-turn and gets honked at because that came out of fucking nowhere like a jump scare to all the other drivers. This is just, it's unhinged. This is, again, unacceptable. It's illegal. You can't be driving like this. I understand she's upset after finding out her partner's been unfaithful. Anyone in the world would feel the same way. But not many people in the world would handle it the way she is, by starting up a fucking live stream for people to be tuned in on with everything. Not only is she very dangerously behaving here on the road, but then she then starts just dropping all kinds of personal information publicly. Just publicly revealing a lot of things that 100% should stay private.
Why is that a no? Okay, I'm gonna go to Tanger's Outlet actually with his card right now. All right, let's do that. Tanger's Outlet. Let's go on a shopping spree.
Hope you find your way home. 48 JSK.
Not that much money left. Should I spend this money? Sparrows for everyone?
Another lore dump for you for why she drove to the mall here. It's because she had his wallet and stated she wanted to go on a bit of a shopping spree with his cards. And then on stream, she actually opens his wallet and shows his driver's license and says, should I drop his cards in the Discord? So threatening to also just show his cards to her community. She then takes money out of his wallet and says, should I buy food for everyone? Those are all crimes. Again, you're compiling evidence against yourself. You're doing the police's job for them. You are actually showcasing criminal activity. Now, unless I miss something, she doesn't actually spend any of his money. She doesn't actually use any of his cards there. She just makes the threats that she could and would do so. She does, however, actually open his wallet, and you can see his driver's license clearly because she's bouncing it around like something out of the Disney Channel. So you can see that, but I don't think you can make out any of his other cards. But regardless, this whole thing should have never been put online. I don't know why she made the decision to start streaming this. Again, she does have text-to-speech donations enabled, so it's possible that this is all just to get some, money from people that are sympathizing with her because she's going through something horrible. Getting cheated on sucks. But the way she's handling it is fucking awful. She's distracted driving, dangerously putting other people's lives at risk on the road, threatening to commit some criminal actions live. And then it ends with her assaulting him, physically assaulting him live. This is a horrible fucking stream.
Streams, and he thought, oh, Discord's stupid. A lot of people say that, right? So all of Scora's private information, as well Sarah's phone number, Sarah's address, her full name, her Venmo account, transactions, are all
James donated $5. Girl, is your Mexican girl hot?
It sounds as though Elisa has fully doxed the guy and the girl here, posting all of their private information in her Discord, which is illegal. You can't do that. I also think it's worth mentioning, since you caught a glimpse of it there, Anytime that girl, Sarah, is brought up during this stream, both Elisa and the community of pay piggies that's donating to her always make sure to mention that she's Mexican. And they make statements in the chat about that as well. Throughout the stream, reading the chat, there were so many moments of genuine racism, it was fucking sickening.
I called Sarah, you fucking bitch. I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm fucking killing you. Sorry. You had hit him in my presence. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about the bad topic. I think I should talk about it. No, I said I'm gonna stop talking about it. Okay, good. No, it's not okay. You ever been cheated on for 2 years with a 20-year-old Mexican? I doubt it. Getting into my business. Okay, well, I'm just telling you that's my business. I really don't want to talk to you.
This happened shortly before the viral clip from this stream where she starts hitting him in the car. So prior to them getting in the vehicle, she pushed him outside, and it was actually observed by someone who confronted her about it, because in this instance, her violent outburst was in broad daylight in view of public and bystanders. So someone came up to her, I believe it was an officer, and talked to her about it, and even during this talk, Elisa still finds a way to mention that the other girl is Mexican.
Hello? Hi, Sarah, how are you? How are you, Sarah? Hi. Thanks so much for calling. I'm just gonna send you like 6 months of texts of your nudes and, you know, different sentences that he...
Sarah, I'm sorry about this.
Don't talk. Don't fucking talk.
Idiot.
Yes, Sarah, we're really sorry about this. I'm sending him your way today.
Fucking...
Yeah. No, so Bahram, how do you pronounce it? Do you know? I don't know.
Shut the fuck up, cunt.
Yeah, what's up?
She's half your age. She's half your age.
Delete the number, please.
I cut out the ending here because it's a lot. Like, even this much, I don't even know if YouTube will allow me to show. I'm really not sure. It's legitimate assault. So she hits him a couple of times, the nose hit by far being the biggest blow. And then after where I cut it off, he grabs her hair and starts yanking and pulling on her, and she starts talking about how he's killing her, and the car stops, and then eventually she gets out of the car, he chases her down. I think she gets in another vehicle in the background, and then he comes back into the car and turns the stream off. It's a horrifying thing to watch, to be honest. As of right now, Elisa has been arrested. Her mugshot and booking information is all out there for this incident. There's no update on the guy or what's going on with that part of all of this, but what a fucking awful live stream. Now on Twitter, there's been a lot of debate about this video on whether or not the man's actions were justified in this situation, and most people are saying that they were, claiming that he was acting in self-defense. And it seems like the law would agree with them on that take, because from everything I can find, he hasn't been booked or charged with anything. Now, I think it's important we remember that the guy in this video is no saint. He cheated on his significant other. That is the behavior of a piece of shit. But under no circumstances does anyone deserve to be beaten like this. He's not a good guy, but he is still the victim of an assault. And I think all of the video evidence suggests that this was a case of self-defense. He didn't lash out at her or strike at her until she went in again for like the third or fourth time, assaulting him. And then he did fight back. Now, I do think there is a case to be made that he may have taken it too far, because he does yank and pull on her for quite some time, even once the car comes to a complete stop. So I think he probably could have gotten out of the car at that point and just left the situation entirely, but I also don't know the entire situation on where it was stopped, if it may have been dangerous to do so, I don't know. But overall, I do agree that this does seem to be him defending himself, like, from getting attacked in this vehicle. Overall, this was a fucking awful live stream. And I really don't think this is going to be the last of its kind that we see, because it feels like it's getting more and more common with people wanting to live stream every moment of their lives, even the worst parts of it. So there'll probably be more things like this in the future, which sucks. I think it's just an awful direction, but just wanted to talk about this. That's about it. See ya. There's a particular clown I've made a couple videos on over the years because he can't help but embarrass himself sometimes. And in the crypto community, he's looked at in the same way a fart is, where it's something that just makes you laugh because it's a little silly and a little stinky. His name is Bitboy Crypto. I'm not here to just give you a recap and go over his resume. There's plenty of content that goes over all of the shady things he's done over the years. Instead, I want to focus on the modern day, present day, 2023 AD, where once again Bitboy Crypto couldn't help but make a fool of himself. He just broadcast an unhinged live stream here on YouTube that frightened more people than the original run of the Blair Witch Project. He was streaming himself outside of an individual's house that he was having beef with and accused him of stealing his Lamborghini. So he was there to confront him directly and had a weapon in his car as well. So the whole situation was dangerous. The things he was saying was alarming, and eventually officers do arrive there, but then there's another plot twist that's revealed at the end that nobody, not even God himself, would have seen coming. This whole stream played out like a mission in Grand Theft Auto 5. So I'm going to show you some clips from it. For the first clip here, I'm not going to show you any of the video footage because he just reveals where this guy lives. So I don't want to show any of that, but I want you to hear the audio because I think it's important.
Carlos has my Lamborghini right here in his garage. So today, guys, I'm going to be live streaming, and I'm going to be telling the entire story.
Now, it's important to give even further context to what led to this situation. He's there because he believes this man stole his Lamborghini, and he's going to spill the beans, let the cat out of the bag here, and talk in depth about this individual as well as his association with this deep cast of characters and different things. And it's a lot of very eyebrow-raising, alarming accusations he makes against them with things he's said he's done or things that he's capable of doing. And from everything I've read from the community, as well as everything I've read up on in the Bitboy cinematic universe leading up to this situation, no one knows if any of these accusations are truthful. However, even if everything he says here is beyond a shadow of a doubt the truth, Bitboy Crypto is fluent in facts, all of this is legitimate, everyone can agree that he handled it in the worst way possible. This is not how you should have handled this situation at all. It should have gone to authorities, have it go through court. Instead, Ben, his name is Ben, rolls out here like he's fucking Batman. He's rolling out here like he's the spirit of vengeance, scooting in sideways with his truck and a weapon in his truck, just in case shit gets hairy. Like, that is not optimal at all. And then streaming the whole thing on YouTube, turning it into a fucking spectacle, is bafflingly unhinged.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, do me a favor?
Yep.
Hey, stop.
Hey, how's it going?
Stop.
Oh, stop. I couldn't hear.
You have a weapon on you.
No, I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
So.
I have one in my vehicle, but I do not have a weapon on me.
Okay.
Now, this is when the cops arrive into the equation. They confront Ben saying, "Hey, bub, what's going on here, Buster, huh? What's all the commotion?" And this is when a very intriguing narrative starts to unwind.
Okay.
Do me a favor. Take out your whatever.
I'm sorry, I reached too fast. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay.
Put your phone down.
Okay.
Put the phone down.
Okay. I'll put the phone down. Okay.
Put the phone down.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Put the phone down.
Put the fanny pack down.
Okay.
Him putting that phone down was harder than getting a child to eat their vegetables. He did not want to put that phone down because, for him, it seems like he's fully content-brained, and all of this is great for the stream. So he really didn't want to put that phone down, but eventually he plays ball. But he makes sure to put it down in a way that it still captures him and all of the glory that's happening here. Which is so fucking weird why he wouldn't just turn the stream off here. He is proudly filming his most embarrassing moment in this dimension. He is going to the Doofus Club to receive high accommodation, and he's doing it with a smile on his face.
What's going on?
What's going on? This man inside of this house.
Actually, he's gonna check you real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just the weapons.
I'm sorry. I have a. Okay. Okay. Yep. No weapons. No weapons.
Where in the car is your gun?
It's in the back seat.
Back seat?
Yep.
Is anybody else in the car?
I feel like I should mention that this wasn't something that caught him off guard. He even said earlier in the stream that he'd like the cops to show up. He knew that this was a very likely situation where cops would arrive at the scene, and he welcomed it with open arms. But now that they're here, it's not exactly seeming like he's all that happy to see them. And the officer just asked him a very important question. Is there anyone else in the car? And boy howdy, you're not ready for what comes next. I don't care how much you've studied the periodic table, you are not prepared for this element of surprise.
Yes,
Who's in the car? Who?
What's that? Who's in your car? Who's in my car?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's,
Who's in your car?
who's in my car?
Who's in your truck, sir?
Cassie is in my car. Cassie's in my truck.
All right, Cassie.
Cassie's in my truck. My wife knows that we're here, by the way. She knows we came to do this. But my wife is aware. So we're live on YouTube right now.
Okay.
We got about 2,500 people watching. So Cassie is a girl I had an affair with. She's involved in this situation with me and this guy here.
My jaw was on the floor. I actually felt like I was watching some kind of early 2000s, like Young and the Restless, some kind of soap opera. Like, you couldn't have scripted that any more dramatic. Like, he starts taking those pauses, like, who's in my car? Sweat pouring down his face, maybe like a close-up zoom in. Well, let's, who's, in my car? That car. Yeah, who's in my... And then eventually, he finally spits it out. Fucking Bitboy Crypto here finally lets the officer know who's in the vehicle after he asked the question. The officer had to pull teeth to get there, but he finally states that the woman in the car is the woman he's cheating on his wife with. And then immediately, like, he knows Stream is watching because he made sure of it. He, for some reason, didn't anticipate that the officers would look at his car and realize there's another human being there. So I guess it just never even registered in his smooth brain that the officers were going to find out that the woman he's having an affair with is at the scene. Unless she activated some kind of active camouflage out of Halo or some shit, some kind of forbidden, ninjutsu to disguise herself, like they were going to find her. And for some reason, he kept the stream on, even knowing that was going to happen. So he immediately starts talking to Stream, and not even the officers really, like, but my wife knows that Cassie and I are here. I had an affair with Cassie, but my wife knows we're here. We had actually just come from my daughter's tennis match. She knows we're over here doing this. It's not exactly scummy or slimy because my wife knows that the woman I'm cheating on her with is here with me at the scene with this guy that I'm having this problem with.
In the situation with me and this guy here, my wife knows. We were just at my daughter's tennis match. Cassie and I have came over here because this man is extorting me. He's death threatening me. He stole my Lamborghini. My Lamborghini is in his garage right now.
The officer just did the kindest thing anyone's ever done for Bitboy Crypto in his whole life. He turned the show off. He takes his phone, turns it face down, so that people can no longer see all the action and all of that. Now, he doesn't turn the stream off, maybe he didn't know how, but he puts the phone face down and he leads Bitboy Crypto away from it so you can't really hear him very well and you can't see anything anymore. So he just made it private, which is what this whole thing should have been in the first place. If all of these accusations are true and all of that, it should have been handled privately and instead of turning it into a live stream and escalating to a point where you're bringing a fucking weapon to this guy's house. Now, the stream continues for about 18 minutes after this, but it's all just the void. So you can't see anything anymore. Eventually the stream ends. Now, the stream lasted just shy of 40 minutes, and throughout the entirety of it, he is speaking very rushed. He's very out of breath. Sometimes it really feels like he may be under the influence of something. Of course, I'm not there with a fucking toxicology report. I'm just giving it the old eyeball test. He's just speaking in a way that feels like he's not in his right mind. He's not in a healthy headspace. And most of the community is attributing a lot of this to the really rough month Bitboy Crypto has had. I mentioned that I was reading up on the Bitboy Crypto cinematic universe. Well, that's a novel longer than Homer's Odyssey. It has so much that has happened in Ben's life over the last month that it has been an incredibly long read on getting caught up with the lore. But basically, he's had his whole life turned on its ass. It's in a position now where he feels he has been the victim of a scam, which a lot of people in the community felt was incredibly ironic and actually a gut-bustingly great joke, because for a long time Bitboy Crypto has actually had a reputation for being looked at as a scammer himself in the eyes of some people, with many feeling as though they've been victims of scams that he has run, allegedly. So when that information came out, the floodgates really started to open. A lot happened with his company, and he eventually was saying like he didn't even have $20 to fill up his tank of gas, and then was like asking the community for donations. It was a mess. But A lot of that has been going on over the last month, and then it led up to this. So there is speculation that perhaps this is his breaking point. This is him having a meltdown, a breakdown that he is streaming now. And I think that's probably accurate. This whole situation here doesn't exactly come from a thought process that's thinking rationally. Now, Ben did get arrested at the scene, but you can't put Big Ben in the pin for long. He spent about 8 hours in the slammer, according to his tweet this morning. He was charged with loitering, I guess, and he immediately took to Twitter to let the world know, you don't tussle with the muscle. According to Bitboy Crypto, he's been on steroids, and if that's the case, if that's true, I don't know where his muscles are. He must have minted those on the blockchain. Seems kind of a waste to be on steroids without actually working out. I also watched an interview where someone who has worked closely with Ben has accused him of suffering from roid rage, and I've seen a few people start to say that that's what this stream was, the product of a roid rage incident. I don't think that's the case, and I don't know how true the claim is that he has roid rage blow-ups from time to time, but I thought it was at least worth mentioning as, you know, a maybe that had something to do with this, but personally, I don't think it did. He also did make a lot of other tweets this morning. One of them really just makes it feel like we're stuck in a fucking reality TV show with him now, where he's talking about Cassie, the woman that he's cheating on his wife with. He comes out screaming that he's not getting rid of Cassie, saying that his friends and family have lied, manipulated him, they want to break them up, but he's never getting rid of her, never. And then says, me, my wife, and Cassie are trying to figure this out. We're all grown adults capable of making our own decisions, and we don't need any of you to help us with that decision. So please butt out of my personal life as it relates to my relationships. He's right, it is a personal relationship, and it should be a private matter, but with Bitboy Crypto, there's no such thing as privacy. That word, doesn't exist. He, for a long time, has shared so much about himself and his life online, publicly, for a long time. So, obviously, people know a lot about his situation because he kind of shares a lot of it. He may be a goofball, but he is correct about something here, that they are all adults and they can make their own decisions. That is true. But if I may chime in with a little unsolicited advice to his wife, don't stay with a man who's going to cheat on you. Why be faithful to a man who's not going to be faithful to you? If this was a polyamorous relationship and it was agreed upon in this marriage where they could see other people, that'd be one thing, that'd be fine, you'd be on the same page. But from everything that's been put out there, it was not a poly relationship. This was an extracurricular activity happening outside of the marriage. So if you want to try and work through it together, that's your right, that's totally fine, it's what you want to do. But just know, he has very much drawn a line in the sand. No matter what happens, come hell or high water, Cassie will be there. So basically you're now making a decision moving forward on whether you want to stay with Bitboy Crypto and also marry his mistress, because he's made it clear, she's not going anywhere. She's tagging along forever in this WWE match we call life. So again, they're adults, they can make their own decision with what they want to do with this. This is a private matter that for some reason Bitboy just keeps taking publicly. But anyway, just a wildly dangerous and bafflingly unhinged situation here with this stream, and that's really about it. Just wanted to give you the update on the Bitboy Crypto saga here. That's it. So yeah. There's so many things in this world that can make you frown. Undercooked meat, getting a porta potty tipped over on you while you're inside, just to name a couple. I want to give you something that can make you smile. One of those public nuisance streamers whose whole existence revolves around making everyone's lives around them worse as their content has just been arrested. 2023 has actually been a pretty solid year for streamers everyone hates getting thrown in the slammer, finally facing some real repercussions for their awful behavior and unbelievable cringe, such as the streamer Johnny Somali, who is still currently in jail in Japan right now, God bless. Now, I haven't seen a follow-up to the individual we're going to talk about right now, so I'm going to delve into fantasy like it's the fucking Magic Treehouse here. In my little headcanon fanfic, he is currently sitting in his prison cell blubbering his little eyes out like a bitch. And this clip actually makes me extremely happy. It reminds me that Christmas is right around the corner because it gets me in a joyful spirit. And just as old Saint Nicholas taught us, it's better to give than to receive. So I wanted to give you all the gift of a big ear-to-ear grin as we watch this insufferable asshole get arrested, but also what led up to it.
Hey, listen up. You look so cute and you look so delectable. I want to put you on a plate and just eat you up. How about that? What's your name, baby? I know you're sorry. You're sorry you can't get with a hunk like me. You're sorry you're stuck with a cuck that you fucking cheat on. You record videos of you sucking off other guys and he wants to see that shit. Correct me if I'm wrong.
This guy's voice sounds like someone doing an impression of a Redditor. He's got that quintessential nasally loser voice, and clearly he knows he's not actually going to end up getting this girl's number or anything like that. He's being as abrasive as possible because it's content for his stream to entertain them by just going up and harassing women as much as possible. Admittedly, this guy is also self-aware enough to recognize that he is a creep, but instead of doing anything to fix that and better himself, he's more than happy to lean into it as much as possible to become the ultimate creep. He has adopted it as his only personality trait, being a loveless, sexless loser, and tries to make a career out of it. He is actually striving to be a professional dumpster for everyone in the chat to spit in and laugh at. It is pathetic. Dude's out here more dripless than I am, by the way. He's out here rocking a yellow t-shirt, bright yellow, looking like Curious George's friend, the man in the yellow jacket. Goober's also got some of the worst posture I've ever seen in public. He's more hunched over than that iconic photo of Goatman in the forest. So I already know when he's not out in public harassing people for his stream, he's inside on the computer doom scrolling the internet, rotting and withering away. Now, of course, I'm not usually one to criticize posture, because sometimes when I'm streaming, I get fucking hunched over and right up against the monitor too. But at least when I'm out in public, I'm self-aware enough to recognize that you gotta straighten that shit up.
And that happens regularly, right? Because it's true. Tell me I'm right on the money or not. Tell me, okay, listen up, baby. I'm so sorry. You know, I really tried. God damn you. Her booty's so small. Fuck.
It's so cute how he also has a friend with him that's doing the same thing, but from a distance, kind of whispering it to stream, just insulting the girl for the audience. What an unbelievable power couple of fucking douchebags.
I don't want to bother you guys, I'm not trying to be creepy in any way, but can I get like one of your numbers and I'll be on my way and then we can meet up?
We're actually going to go meet our boyfriends right now. So.
Oh, so I can't take you out or do anything like that?
Yes, really quick, just stop right now.
Sorry.
Doesn't matter what you want. Do you want?
We're just, here's what we're wondering.
I'm sorry.
You're just so fucking hot.
That second encounter right there is nightmarish. This girl's walking on the street alone, two weirdos come up to her and say, "It doesn't matter what you want." And you could see her facial expression drop, just completely sink into a panic mode. I have no doubt she expected to be attacked by them or something, and you can see she picked up the pace. Because who wouldn't? That's a fucking weird thing to have happen. That's frightening. And especially from these two guys who are just walking around, camera out, coming up to you in the middle of the night. Like, what the fuck? This whole shtick sucks. It's just going up and bothering people who are just going about their night. Just randomly coming up to women. "Hey, pardon me, toots. Unsucked penis is a disease and I'm suffering from it. Are you the cure? You should be." It's fucking dumb. And it's a lot worse than that. It's worse than just going up and doing cringy lines. It's sticking around, bothering people, and in this case, scaring a woman who's walking home alone.
Want to be my girlfriend for 5 minutes? Do you want to just go on a little date?
We're going to walk for a bit.
Okay.
Just a pinky.
Okay.
So you can hold my hand.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
hey, I'm here with my girlfriend. I'm here with my girl. Can you guys just shut the fuck up? I'm here with my girlfriend.
Okay,
just shut the fuck up.
People.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm here with my girlfriend. You're making too much noise. Get the fuck out of here, asshole. Fucking prick. I'm so sorry, Luna.
No, this is dumb.
Please. No, I was just protecting you.
No,
I was protecting you, baby. Please.
Haha, you get it? The joke is he's just pretending to be an unhinged lunatic. I don't know why you couldn't understand the gut-busting comedy of that. I'm gonna toss a quick fun fact your way, so get ready to receive it. About a month ago, I made a video going over shitty streamers like this guy and his friend, and I'm almost 100% certain that this is the same guy that ran away when someone he was harassing finally took him up on the offer to fight. He was the guy that instigated a conflict, and then the guy he was doing it to said, "Alright, let's just settle it right now." And immediately this guy bolted off. I'm being very generous with that term, bolted in the same way that an alcoholic zombie would stumble across the street, because this guy is not athletic at all. But he ran away as quickly as his goofy little legs could take him, and then had this brief come-to-Jesus moment where he recognized just how sad and pathetic he is. Just this impressive specimen of trash.
Alright, you and me, Central Park, tomorrow. Don't be late, motherfucker.
hope he doesn't chase me because I don't want to fight him. Am I a pussy beta? Perhaps. But I don't know.
Using all the latest and greatest in technology and summoning the world's leading forensic experts to analyze the footage here, I think we can all conclude with a high level of confidence that this guy and the guy that I've been showing you who's about to get arrested here on stream are the same person. There's just no way that this world is forsaken enough to allow two people that sound, look, and act like him and stream like him to exist at the same time. I just don't believe that. It's the same person. I'm pretty sure of it.
You love it.
You know that there's like a...
Excuse me, what's going on? What's going on? Relax.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back.
What's going on?
You're being placed under arrest.
For what?
I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah. You just want to talk to you? You want to run? All right, now we're going to put you on your side.
So they're arresting Carl, guys? Carl did nothing wrong?
Ah, yes, the good ending. Tugs on your heartstrings. It's a beautiful thing to witness. You love to see that. I can't imagine a more fitting conclusion here. I don't know why his buddy's saying he did nothing wrong. He immediately tried to run from the cops who were about to start talking to him. You can't do that. Like, what the fuck? I imagine they got called there for a disturbance, like, hey, there's this weirdo and his weirdo friend that keep harassing everyone nearby, so the cops are coming to tell him to, like, cut that shit out. And then Chief Goofball here immediately tries to run. Well, it's not really a run. This guy and run don't really go in the same sentence. He takes, like, two fee-fi-fo-fum steps that kind of resemble, like, speedier movement, and the cops are like, nah, putting the kibosh on this, and they just tackle him, they take him down, and then stand him back up. So, again, I don't know what the update is. I don't know if he's still in custody or what, or if there's any charges. I couldn't tell you. It just makes me happy to see that. It's just a big ol' asshole getting taken off the streets there, so I thought that might put a smile on some of your faces. That's about it. So, yep. You'd have to travel thousands of miles to find somebody who hasn't heard of Snoop Dogg. More people know of Snoop Dogg than Santa Claus. Probably leaving cookies and a blunt out every Christmas Eve hoping Snoop Dogg will come visit them because Santa Claus just isn't as cool. But not many people know that Snoop Dogg is actually a Twitch streamer as well, and I would argue one of the best the platform has to offer. I myself stream on Twitch every single day, twitch.tv/moistcritical, but only in my wettest of dreams could I imagine myself being as great of a streamer as Snoop Dogg. He's pretty active. In the last 4 days, he's streamed 3 times. All 3 times it's been Madden, and every single time it's been with no audio. And Snoop Dogg, I don't think, knows that there's a chat feature because he's never once even accidentally glanced at the chat during a stream. If I didn't know any better, I'd say like his computer just gets hacked by the NSA sometimes and they click go live without him knowing about it. So for 3 days now, he has streamed with no audio, and the chat just erupts with people trying their best to let him know that there's no audio, spamming emojis of like a microphone with an X through it, just anything they can, hoping to just kind of catch his attention for a split second. But it's all in vain. It's like a nightmare where you're like shouting at your crush, don't go, but they just keep walking and it's real fucking sad. You'll also notice when you go to Snoop Dogg's page, the title has also never changed in the entire time he's been on Twitch. So I'm guessing whenever the account was made, they put this title for Snoop and he just never bothered to ever change it. So he'll just click go live by accident or just because and then just never do anything else. He also never puts a category when he streams. So when he's playing Madden or something, it's never in the Madden category. It's in like this void, like purgatory. So like all of his streams are isolated to a limbo that you have to like go out of your way to find. So even when you're following Snoop Dogg's channel, sometimes you just don't see it because it's not categorized because he doesn't fucking care. It's incredible. And now I'm not like muting the audio here myself or anything. This is his stream. This is the stream experience. It's just pure silence. It's like going into a sensory deprivation tank, but somehow even lonelier. It's been 4 days now, and I don't know if it's ever going to be fixed. This may just be the Snoop Dogg signature stream from now on, just complete silence, no audio. And honestly, he's true to his word. The title always says he doesn't stream like everyone else, and god damn it, he's right. Now, the muted audio trend is new for Snoop Dogg, but when he did stream with audio, he was no stranger to a few viral clips. Let me show you a couple of bangers from the past here.
Fuck this shit. Came in this fucking room and everything went fucking bad. Fuck this shit, man. Fuck.
This just goes to show that no matter how successful you are, sometimes a game can just bring the demon out of you. The gamer rage takes over. It's embedded deep into the DNA of all humans, this primal gamer that sometimes just gets unshackled and unleashed. We're all just Bruce Banner, one bad Madden pass away from letting the fucking Hulk run wild. So Snoop Dogg rage quits Madden and then leaves the room forgetting to turn off the stream. So the stream ran for 8 hours with nobody there and nothing on screen except for the no signal thing. Which, to be fair, is still more fun to watch than the new Space Jam movie.
Bitch, if I have to, you know why. Am I still streaming? I would hope not.
I'm not 100% sure this is even still the same day. Like, I know after 8 hours he leaves, you know, jerks off, takes a nap, and then eventually finds out he's still streaming. But the clips are all out of order now, and I can't find the originals. So I think this is the same one where he comes back and notices that he's still streaming, but it's hard to know for sure. Because this isn't the only time it's happened. A couple of times Snoop Dogg has been streaming without him ever even being there, so I feel like there's some kind of poltergeist event going on there, some paranormal activity, like a ghost is clicking go live on his computer while he's not there just to prank him. Because, like, sometimes he'll just have a fucking stream going and he's never even been there that whole time. And then sometimes he just forgets to turn it off. It's happened a few times. Like, when you go to a Snoop Dogg stream, you will probably see the El Gato no signal screen more than you'll actually see Snoop Dogg. I think I've made my point. Snoop Dogg is the best Twitch streamer on the platform. The title says it all. He doesn't stream like everybody else. It is a totally different and unique approach to streaming that I've never seen before. If fucking Jeffrey Bezos himself went into Snoop Dogg's chat and donated $50 million, Snoop Dogg would never see it. He would never even know it happened. But yeah, anyway, that's about it. See ya. Yeah, I know, I'm the millionth person talking about this situation, but how can I help myself? I'm an addict, and my drug of choice is silliness. Goofy stories are the spaghetti and I'm the meatball. I can't resist. So, many of you have probably already seen, the biggest YouTube live streamer, IShowSpeed, just had a bit of a whoops-a-daisy moment on stream. He was playing Five Nights at Freddy's and Chica jump-scared him, and his penis fell out of his shorts. Now you might be asking yourself, how is this possible? What kind of paranormal activity took place here? Did Chica crawl out of the screen and pull his dick out for him on camera? Like, how did this go wrong? What a weird response to fear, to expose yourself after you get frightened. I know Five Nights at Freddy's fandom can get a little wild, but I mean, this is next level. So what exactly happened? Well, IShowSpeed was playing a Five Nights at Freddy's game, and Chica gave him a spook, said, "Boo!" And in response to the jump scare, Speed stood up, saying that he wanted to fuck Chica, and he was thrusting at the camera. One thing led to another, and then bang, penis. So, as you can imagine, this was a pretty embarrassing moment that, of course, blew up online. More like I show meat, am I right? This situation could lead to an extended vacation from YouTube streaming because nudity is against their rules, but there is a chance that they don't enforce it super strict here since it was an accident. They have been somewhat loosey-goosey on these rules in the past. Like, even just a month ago, there was a channel that blew up thanks to a viral video they made of a guy naring his butthole. Just full asshole on display, no censorship, nothing like that. It's just his brown balloon knot getting nared. And it was totally fine, still on the platform. And that's thanks to their educational content override policy where you can have things like a chocolate starfish getting de-haired without censorship, and it's okay because there's educational context around it. Though in this case, with the IShowSpeed cock situation, I don't exactly know what argument you'd make for it being educational, unless it's like this is educational because it demonstrates how not to react to a jump scare, I guess. I don't know. But since it's accidental, they might have some flexibility on not like banning him for it outright. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens with it, but I don't think this is going to end up with like the termination of his account or anything. But he may get some kind of community guideline strike which would prevent him from streaming for a certain period of time. And to think this whole situation could have been avoided if he just wore underwear. This isn't a segue into an ad or anything like that. I was just thinking to myself, when was the last time I wore pants without underwear? And it's been so long. I'm 29 years old now, so I've started to get those old man nuts that hang real low and just bounce around chaotically. So if they're not supported by underpants, those bastards will just be swinging around like they're playing a game of tetherball with each other. My testicles will just be going hog wild down there, and it doesn't feel great. So I couldn't even imagine myself like jumping around and being active without undergarments on. I would injure myself very quickly. Now, of course, when it comes to on-stream wiener moments, the great dark side Phil always comes up, because DSP has one of the most iconic stream clips of all time where he didn't realize he was live and then started masturbating. But you couldn't see any shaft or anything. The schlong was still left to the imagination. He did finish. He tilts his head back in ecstasy as he finishes, but you never saw anything. In this case, he actually does just have his entire cock out on screen for a moment. He flashed the entire screen. So it's definitely more extreme than the Dark Side Phil event. And the whole thing has obviously led to a lot of discussion around like what's going to happen next, because clearly this is a violation of rules, but it also appears like it was an accident. So how harsh is the punishment going to be? And I guess we're just going to have to wait and see there. It does seem accidental. I think he wanted to have like an over-the-top overreaction to jump scares that a lot of streamers and YouTubers do, and he just went too far with it, leading to just this disastrous wardrobe malfunction moment. Now, a lot of people have also started saying that, you know, maybe this was a calculated plan and he's about to announce his signing with Kick now that he can't stream on YouTube, assuming he does get a strike for this. And I have to say, that's a pretty interesting theory, because I don't think this was a premeditated scheme. He didn't pull his cock out and start dangling it in front of the webcam like he was giving a puppet show or anything like that. It does seem like it was unintentional, the result of overreacting to a jump scare. I don't see this as like a, you know, maybe a grand departure from YouTube streaming where he's like, you know what? It's time I ride off into the sunset. I'm kind of tired of streaming. I'm going to retire the jersey number here. We're done. But I want to go out with a triumphant bang, an exit no one will see coming. Like, I don't think he came in here to try and subvert viewers' expectations like it was Game of Thrones Season 8 here with a fucking penis jump scare. Like, I don't think this was a plan. If it was, this could lead to, like, huge trouble for him, actually, I would imagine. He knows his audience skews on the much younger side of things. A lot of the IShowSpeed audience is young, and a lot of those kids were probably watching this stream, especially considering it's Five Nights at Freddy's, which is predominantly a kid's property that they really resonate with. So I don't think the idea would have crossed his mind like good content would be exposing myself in front of all of these viewers, many of which are minors. Like, I highly doubt that was a thought that crossed his mind. Now, of course, the fact that it still happened is awful, but I just really don't think it was a plan. Of course, the overreaction to the jump scare is a plan. Like, that was definitely something he decided he was going to do with, like, going crazy about the jump scare. But everything that happened after that, I don't think was some kind of calculated plot. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this. That's really about it. So yeah. While most of you were sleeping soundly in your beds, having wet dreams, I was up tossing and turning all night, just eagerly waiting, like a kid on Christmas morning, for what the Pope was about to say in regards to aliens. If you're confused by that statement, it shows me that you're already so naive and it makes me sick. You're living in the dark, the deep state's controlling your mind, and it's time you break free. And let me be the guiding light to get you there. The Vatican had scheduled a live stream where they were going to go over supernatural phenomenon and even aliens themselves, potentially, according to many headlines. The live stream was slated for this morning, and as of 2 hours ago, that live stream happened. I don't want to get into spoilers, but this was universe-shattering shit. Let me first lay down the groundwork for the lore about what the live stream was supposed to pertain to, then I'll give you the debriefing on what happened. Here, the Pope is going to be holding a live press conference tomorrow to talk about aliens. We live in the golden age of aliens right now. The Pope is talking about aliens? Pope set to hold press conference on aliens and supernatural. This is what I'm talking about! It's about time! Let's see what the Pope had to say about the aliens. Okay, never mind. The Pope is demanding that I pay the sun. What is that? This is so ridiculous. A word from Larry Kudlow, and that word is go fuck yourself, I guess. I hate modern journalists. I'm not paying just for access to a fucking article that you probably lifted from the tweets anyway. It's a radio station. That's what it seems like. 99.9. The Pope station. This one's tuned directly into God. Did you hear Jesus is going to be making a guest appearance at the Pope's press conference? Can you imagine that lineup? This would be like Coachella, but for religion. The Pope, Jesus, aliens, all we need next is Job. That'd be a wild lineup. They would go so hard. The Vatican is scheduled to release documents pertaining to the supernatural and other phenomena, and others are suggesting even about aliens. What's going to happen? According to the National Catholic Reporter, documents will be released that were prepared by 3 investigators. The document is set to explain the new norms considered by the dicastery for the doctrine of the faith about such issues. They have 3 Vatican investigators? Who are they? Is it like Russell Crowe from The Exorcist? Was that more of like a documentary than anything? What is this? The dicastery for the doctrine of faith. This is... I'm very new here. Here's the Holy Father tab. Okay. The last time a report like this was released was in 1978. The Vatican has now prepared papers that share the Pope and the Church's guidelines when it comes to things like apparitions and supernatural phenomena. Social media sites, blogs, and others interested in the discovery of the possibility of the existence of aliens and the proof thereof have been buzzing on different platforms, speculating about what will be put forth in the papers. A few media outlets are hinting that there would be something earth-shattering at the news conference, but that doesn't seem like the case. Tomorrow's press conference will be live-streamed, and the press conference will be led by Cardinal Victor Manuel Fernandez, who will speak about the Church's view on various items like apparitions and supernatural phenomena. In addition, the doctrine does comment on the Church's view about faith concerning aliens. Why? It's an easy explanation. According to the National Catholic Reporter, is being done so after a surge in reporting of aliens and supernatural phenomena from the mainstream media. Okay, so this just sounds like they're going to say, like, yeah, if there are aliens, they're, like, totally Catholic. Like, we're, like, completely fine with that. It doesn't seem like they're putting forth their own evidence of their existence, more so about their perspective on aliens versus the faith. That's a lot less hype than I was expecting. I thought the Pope was going to come out there with, like, a fucking alien head, slap it on the desk, and be like, yep, here they are. And this is the proof. I'll watch the live stream, but I'm not expecting anything earth-shattering here from the Pope press conference. What time is it? I'll set an alarm so I can be there right on time so I don't miss anything. 12 p.m. Like Eastern? 12 p.m. what? Central? 12 p.m. Pope time? Like, I don't... What does he operate on? Okay, not even the Reddit's all that pumped. Yeah, I'm not expecting much, so I guess we'll see. I'd love to be pleasantly surprised. The Pope podcast about aliens? Well, it's more than a podcast. He's going full-blown live stream. I don't know if it's on Kick, Rumble, or maybe they have their own dedicated service. Do you think the Pope will talk about the Kendrick vs. Drake beef? I know we gathered you all here about, like, supernatural, apparitions, aliens, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Chupacabra, gnomes, goblins, whatever, but let's talk about the Kendrick vs. Drake beef for a second, huh? Isn't that shit crazy? Well, aliens are definitely real. 100%. There's aliens out there. I think you'd be a fool to think we're alone in the universe. I just know that they're not here. And I don't think they ever have been. Maybe, like, aliens scanned us at one point. I think maybe that has, like, a slim chance. They got us with, like, a fucking UAV after a 3-kill streak somewhere in the cosmos. But other than that, nah, I highly fucking doubt aliens have ever been here. People always misconstrue my stance on aliens. I 100% believe, it's more than a belief, I know aliens are out there. I just really am, I also know they haven't been here. I don't really feel like reading all this. Why in the fuck would aliens be traveling across the galaxy in the golden snitch from Harry Potter? Like, this looks like a Christmas bell. Like, what is this needle? Like, this is... I mean, this is like steampunk almost. You can't be serious. There's no way. Well, can't argue with that. The Vatican Alien E3 showcase has concluded. It was about 2 hours long, and I have no fucking idea what they were saying. There's no subtitles that were available for it, so I had to wait for it to be translated by others so it could be fed to me, baby birded, just vomited into my mouth about what was discussed. And the answer couldn't have been more underwhelming. This was like the Willy Wonka experience, but for adults. It's so fucking lame. Basically, they just came out with these set of rules and guidelines that would help people avoid being the victim of scams and hoaxes. So, since alien sightings and UAPs and all types of supernatural phenomena are being reported so frequently, and a lot of times, well, every single time pretty much, it's all from bad actors fraudulently just using this as a way of making money off it or generating headlines, the Vatican decided to come forward and tighten its grip, just get like this titty twister on it, and let people know, from now on, only a pope rather than local bishops can declare apparitions and revelations to be supernatural. So that's a pretty vague term, that's kind of all-encompassing, so if you see like a light in the sky that you can't quite explain, you can now no longer write it off as aliens or try and portray it as something other than, well, that was a weird light, until a pope comes forward and says, yep, that shit was freaky. That one's going in the alien logbook, son. So, from now on, only a pope has the power to declare something as supernatural. And this is basically just patch notes to their previous guidelines issued in 1978. And the reason they did this is to crack down on people falling victim to bullshit baloney. So, as mentioned here, some cases of supernatural phenomena were exploited for profit, power, and personal interest, or even a pretext for exerting control over people or carrying out abuse. There's a quote here that says, "The possibility of believers being misled by an event that is attributed to a divine initiative but is merely the product of someone's imagination, desire for novelty, tendency to fabricate falsehoods, or inclination towards lying." So overall, this press conference was about announcing these new rules which aim to streamline the process of declaring something truly supernatural, so that way people can avoid being scammed as frequently as they have been. So for everyone like me who wanted this press conference to have like eye-opening new information about aliens or anything supernatural, we were left high and dry, dick in hand, with nothing to eat here. This breakfast that they served up was a fucking nothing omelet, unfortunately. I mean, it's cool that they're doing something to try and crack down on people using supernatural sightings to exploit people. Like, yeah, that's obviously a good thing to try and, you know, tighten the screws on. But damn, the way that the media hyped this up really had me and many others believing that this might be something big. Like, the Pope comes forward, like, you know, pyrotechnics are going off, smoke shooting, they start playing the Undertaker WWE walkout music, and the Pope approaches the mic, flips down a pair of sunglasses, and says, "We're not alone." But that's not what we got from the live stream. Maybe one day, I guess we'll see, but yeah. That's the most recent alien update in the world. I keep my finger on the pulse of anything extraterrestrial, so yeah, anyway, that's about it. So yeah. Let me go ahead and ease your worry. Don't panic. I haven't fallen off the wagon. I'm not back to the addiction of clowning on Twitter / Elon Musk and a lot of the unbelievable cringe that he indulges in. That's not the purpose of the video today. I know I've made a lot of videos about that platform, X, formerly known as Twitter, which no one calls it X for good reason. It's an absolutely atrocious name. I'm already getting off on a tangent here because they're making fun of Twitter is more addictive than heroin and Magic the Gathering card collecting. Like, there's just something about it. It just feels so good to insult, to spit on it. But again, that's not what I'm doing today. So don't worry. I made you a solemn vow, a promise, that I wouldn't just keep making fun of that platform. I want to talk about what they're trying to do right now with streaming because I legitimately do think it is a good thing. But we are still going to sprinkle on some seasoning here of some insults because the very first test stream for Elon Musk on Twitter did not go overly well. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, Elon Musk has been making a big hoopla about making Twitter a strong streaming platform. He really wants it to be this all-encompassing hub for content, to keep you hooked like cigarettes. So it'll have a little bit of everything, and that includes gaming streams. So in order to test it, he went live last night to do some Diablo 4 runs. And boy howdy, it didn't go swimmingly, I'd say. I got to watch most of it unfold live on stream last night with Matt and Danny, and it was a confusing mess of a stream, but I do think the idea of bringing streaming to Twitter is a solid idea. I have long been an outspoken advocate for competition, and in the streaming space, it's been mainly dominated by Twitch for a long time. Of course, they've been floundering a little bit here. Unfortunately, SpongeBob has been whipping up some nasty patties of some ideas at the Twitch headquarters, so they haven't been really crushing it at the top, which has led to the rise of other competitors that are legitimately popping off. Like, they're not nearly to Twitch's level, but they are competitive in the market. So things like Kick, Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, not so much. Facebook is a place where streaming goes to die. That's just kind of like a sad, pathetic joke of a streaming platform, but it does exist and it does pull some numbers. Point is, streaming has become far more competitive over the last couple of years, and now Twitter is looking to have a strong streaming competitor as well. And overall, I just think it's a good thing because as more competition arises, it forces all of the other platforms to improve. So mainly YouTube and Twitch, which are the two biggest. If there's more competition out there, there's more reason for them to improve their service, so overall competition is always the best thing for consumers. So even though the first stream was rocky, and Elon Musk is the furthest thing from a streamer, it at least is a proof of concept that shows that they do want to actually make streaming prevalent on the site, which again, I think is helpful to the entire streaming ecosystem because then the top dogs can't just endlessly coast and stagnate and refuse to improve their platform. They'll need to, hopefully, assuming Twitter becomes a legitimate competitor with streaming. So let's go ahead and take a look at how Elon's first stream unfolded, because it's a bit of a head scratcher.
The candle's the size of him.
That is a massive candle. That looks like something out of Dark Souls.
What is that?
That's cool. I kind of want one.
That's like...
We're going to watch his house burn down in real time.
He told his assistant he wanted a candle, and they were like, "How much should it cost?" And he was like, "I don't know, $45,000." Like, okay.
How much do candles go for? Like $400? That should be good enough. Breathing directly into the mic now.
Yep. 5-foot candle. Let's see.
He's actively trying to suck all the oxygen out of the room.
God damn, these are big.
This looks like a satanic ritual room.
It really does.
There's nothing on the walls. It's just empty with a giant candle.
He's really breathing into that mic.
He fixed the flicker, though, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the flicker is not fixed. It was just in the pause screen. Yeah.
It's back.
Where is chat on Twitter streaming?
I'm watching on my phone. If you just go vertical, you can see it at the bottom, but it's off. Chat is off.
Oh, it's off. Oh, he turned chat off.
Yeah, he's a coward.
Oh, yeah, he wouldn't want to get bullied. That's like his worst nightmare. Why is he streaming this right now?
I don't know.
Why is he doing this?
How tall is a standard desk? On a table? It definitely is not. It's 100% not on a table. You can see it right now.
Table, yeah.
Yeah, it goes all the way to the ground. And then the question is there a mirror behind him, or is there a second massive
He's got rooms of candles.
God. When there's not a flashbang on his face, this actually looks like dark and darker.
It looks so demonic.
It's dungeon-esque.
Somebody said with the lights on, homie, he looks like he's in the presence of a deity.
Just watch a YouTube tutorial, Elon. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, please. Do anything. The first thing everybody yells is turn off VSync. Try that. Or
Well,
turn it on.
I think it's just his OBS settings. He just said OBS, I'm pretty sure. I think it's just the settings.
I just wonder why it's not happening in menu.
That's okay, I guess.
Oh, good question.
That shit is so bad.
See, like, it's not even on his inventory. It's just the game.
Good point.
It's weird. Elon, give me in there.
You know what he probably did? He probably set his bitrate to like 40,000 or some shit.
Oh,
so
I
now,
can't handle.
Yeah, so now it's kind of cooking it.
So I'll like just look at the replies to the live post and just occasionally
Sir.
What was that statement? What the fuck?
That was not a complete sentence. What was that?
It sounded like he casted a spell.
Yeah.
So this is supposed to be a speed run, right?
I don't know.
I think that's what he's advertising.
Oh my god. I just got fragged by a bloodlister.
Wow.
Well then, the first mob. What a speed run.
Oh, his name is I Will Never Die.
There we go. Now he's
Yeah,
moving.
he's cooking.
There we go. He had to get the wiggles out.
Yeah, it's his first time live streaming. He's got a big audience. He was nervous.
Yeah. And since it's dark in here, you can't even see the flickering that much.
That's true.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, wow.
That would have been awful if you died back-to-back times on this one mob.
This might be a bit of a grind.
All in all, the stream lasted about 40 minutes. It was a tech test. At the end, he was talking about how there's a lot to improve, but overall was just kind of working the bugs out. Now, he himself isn't the most amazing streamer. There was no chat, so he couldn't interact with anyone or anything, and he didn't really make any conversation on his own or even really talk. Most of the first 20 minutes was spent with him face down, buried in his phone. Like, he looked like me back in high school at prom, just like on the side of the wall, like just looking at my phone and nothing else. Like, it was just really insufferably boring just watching him struggle in Diablo and then not say anything at all, just kind of stare blankly at it and occasionally go, and that was about it. But he doesn't claim to be a good streamer, right? He's not out here trying to start his streaming career or anything. This really seemed like it was supposed to be a tech test. I just wish he had at least done the bare minimum beforehand to just make sure that he got his settings correct, because you could have probably found that flicker through just recording before going live and could have fixed it, because that was just unwatchable. That flicker was legitimately giving me a headache. And I'm not even like sensitive to that kind of stuff, but it was just so aggressive, like it was just making me disoriented. And you could have probably massaged that issue out before ever going live. Like, I don't think that just spontaneously happened when he clicked start stream. He probably could have figured it out through just a recording. But other than that, I do legitimately think it is a good idea for Twitter to offer streaming, just because I do like when there's more competition in the space. And since we've seen so many other streaming platforms that are performing well, it shows that there is room in the market for more competitors, which again just makes the entire industry more competitive, which makes everything better, because they have to be better in order to stay competitive. So yeah, anyway, just wanted to kind of talk about this a little bit. I guess we'll see where streaming's at in a year from now on Twitter. Maybe they never actually get it together or make it super functional or super great, or maybe they do and it becomes a legitimate competitor in the industry. We'll see. That's about it. See ya.